It is 5:30 in the morning. I am pretty exhausted, but I've loaded up on coffee. I'm going to make my way down to South Downs, and hopefully we're going to be able to photograph the Seven Sisters cliffs. So just arrived at South Downs, got the first composition lined up, and going to get a nice shot of these meandering waters. So I'm very lucky that there's absolutely no one else around at this time of the morning, and the birds are singing, the sun's just come up, so hopefully I'll get a few nice compositions. Morning. So just grabbed a shot of the lighthouse at the top of this hill. I had to use loads of ND to compensate for obviously shooting into the sun. But hopefully that one comes out nice, and on my way back to the car because I am starving. I'm hoping I can get down these stairs to get to the water. Some nice old telephone box. Don't see too many of these around these days. So we had to improvise a little bit. Let's just say the beach isn't particularly open today. I'm glad I brought the boots today. What a beautiful day. Nearly. The Bronica took a bit of a fall just now. The leg of the tripod got caught in the bag, and one thing led to another. The whole thing went tumbling over, so a bit of damage. Luckily the waist level finder took most of the hit, but the back did actually pop open. Now I can't remember which frame I was on exactly, but I managed to wind it and retrieve the film. I may have lost a frame or two out of that one, but I'm pretty sure I was towards the end of the roll anyway. I've just loaded a fresh roll of Delta 400. I'm going to put a couple of shots through that, make sure everything's working properly and the film is progressing as it should. And then, yeah, we're going to move on and just get on with the rest of the day. I guess the good thing is I'm no longer hungry, because my heart fell out of my chest when I saw the tripod going over. So But yeah, it is what it is, and you can't dwell on these things too much. You just have to kind of get on with it. I just wish I got the tripod falling on camera. That would have been great. Back at the car now, time to ditch some weight. So upon further inspection, seem to have cracked the filter holder and the corner of the ND, but in the grand scheme of things, really got off lightly. So I'm all packed up now. It's really starting to warm up a little bit. I'm going to grab something to eat and then head on to the next location. Wow. So I found this location. Beautiful cliff edge. I'm going to get a nice low shot with the lighthouse in the background. I'm going to take 2 exposures here. One of them is going to be f11 with the orange filter, and then I'll take one with the 10-stop ND as well. So now it's just a bit of a waiting game. I'm waiting for a couple of birds to cross the frame, and of course the birds disappear. Here we go. We're going to go for f22 and 16 seconds to account for reciprocity. Obviously this time we don't need to wait for any birds because they will be blurred. Here we go. Next, I want to try and make my way down to sea level and get a nice shot of the lighthouse. Right, that was quite sketchy. I didn't want to get the GoPro out whilst I was standing right on the edge. So moving on now, unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get down to sea level to get a shot of that lighthouse, but I haven't given up just yet. So I'm looking for a nice composition of the lighthouse since I can't get any lower down. It's just quite sketchy here on the edge of the cliff, but yeah, it's a nice shadow casted by the lighthouse on the water, so I'm going to try and isolate that. So I'm using an app. Lost you there. So I'm using an app called Lumu for metering, and it's really good because it allows you to add filters, custom EV compensation, and yeah, it's just generally a really great app. You can also save frames into like an archive, so you can always go back if you're looking at a negative that you like or maybe dislike and it went wrong. You can always go back, reference what your settings were, and it helps you improve. So yeah, it's a really good app. So I'm getting used to this cliff edge compositions. I took 2 shots there. One of them I waited for a bird to cross the frame. It seems to be a reoccurring theme across the day, but hopefully they are looking good. So I'm going to try and find somewhere to stop and eat because I'm getting hungry again. So we've got some snacks: ham and cheese sandwich, Ribena, knickknacks, southern fried chicken bites, and of course Mr. Kipling lemon slices. So now I'm going to go and look for a nice place to stop and have some lunch. Well, I could think of worse places to have lunch. You're not having any? No? So I've been driving around for a bit now, a little bit uninspired, but I've just come across these beach huts, and I'm going to get a shot of those in colour and one in black and white, and then who knows what we will find. So I think we'll start with the black and white. Using the orange filter again, looking at f8. 1/500th of a second. Again, this is Delta 400 shutter box speed. I'm going to do 2 exposures here in black and white. I'm going to try and get one clean and then one with somebody stood between the 2 huts. I'm switching over to Kodak Ektar 100. We can do a 4-shot panorama. One mistake I've made before is shooting colour photos with an orange filter. Don't do it. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out in Ektar 100. So I've actually ended up in the first location from this morning. Obviously the light is drastically different now, and I couldn't quite see this tree from the roadside, so I'm going to get a composition of this. It's going to be 10-stop ND, 1 second exposure at f4. Let's see how that looks. So just had an idea for another shot, and I'm just trying to find it now. I've switched to the 80mm. Most of the shots today have been on 150mm. I'm just battling with the bees at the moment. Yeah, something like that. Trying to get as low as possible, so that the majority of the tree is in the sky. Still need to get lower. That's the one. Here we go. So I'm trying to shoot this one wide open to really blow out the foreground with the 80mm 2.8. So, rookie mistake, just metered the scene with these filters in mind, but forgot to attach them to the lens. Let's try again. That feels better. Wow. It is warm out today. So typical British weather, and it's now cloudy. Initially I was going to be waiting for sunset to get a couple of last shots on the beach that we were at this morning. So instead of waiting 4 hours for the sun to set and most likely be covered by cloud anyway, I'm going to head back and get these rolls developed. So back in the car, I decided to head home because the forecast for the sunset wasn't looking good, and I didn't want to wait around for 3 or 4 hours just to have an overcast sky. So I'm heading back. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. I hope you like the images and the process and everything. It was great fun. Hopefully I'll do a few more of these videos in the future. Let's see. And roll credits.